Hello friends, this is DragoNate. Welcome to another Sunday question vlog. This one is coming out a bit late because of reasons. Your question for last week came from Wise Wizard, who asks, what is the time when you have seen nature at her most beautiful moment? You guys answered, and I'll be reading your answers in this video. So let's get into it. But first, your question for this week comes from Bullaby, who asks, what is the least likely thing that ever happened to you? Leave your answers in the comments below, and I will read them next week. Now let's see when you guys have seen nature at her most beautiful moment. Bullaby's answer to the previous question was Red Dead Redemption 2, and his answer for this week's question is when he was going to the Alps at the top of the mountains and seeing very far away. Mountains are beautiful, and it's always so cool when you can see so far away. Where I am, I can see mountains off in the distance, and it's always cool to see that. Mitsu says she doesn't know how to answer. She spent so much time in forests and fields orienteering, you know, and a huge forest next to our house. I've seen mountains, big trees, green forests, sea beaches, lake beaches, gigantic sand pits, dark caves, Aurora Borealis, and lots of snowy views. I can't just name one thing. All of it is beautiful, and that's definitely true. Nature is so beautiful, and there's so many different things that happen. When you see it every day, it's hard to pick just one thing that stands out the most to you, I guess. There was also a bonus question in last week's video that was, what's your favorite dance moves? So Mitsu says, barrel jump in a shrimp-like style maybe. I don't know if it has a fancy name in English, but here we call it that. Jazz splits and pirouettes are fun too. Dance is another thing I love, so now you just gotta deal with 2 super long answers. Well, that is unacceptable. I will not accept 2 super long answers, okay? One can be super long, but the other one cannot. Omar lives near a desert and the coast, and that's all he has to say. I asked if the desert is beautiful, though, and he goes, no, it's full of junk and snakes, and I rarely find them. I only find them once when I ran away. Well, to be honest, depending on the snake, I would probably run away too. And if it was in nature, like out in the wild, I'd probably run away anyway. Just because who knows what a snake is going to do. Even if it's not poisonous, I don't want to be bitten by one or attacked by one. T. Lisa Chapman answered the previous question as well, saying, hoping for more anime in second and third season of a few, like My Hero Academia and Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I don't watch movies unless they're on Fire Stick. As for games, Guild Wars 2's Next Living Story. As for Nature's Most Beautiful, I was raised in Alaska, but one night while driving home to Living Good, my dad stopped the truck. Me and my cousins were asleep. He sat us down outside and had us read a line from the newspaper. Confused, we did so, and then he said, look up. Oh yeah, until that moment we were still half asleep. The northern lights went from one side of the horizon to the other. I pray I never forget that moment. We could hear sizzling and cracking like really far off. I have no idea how long we watched. All I know is I was shivering when we got back in the truck. Still not sure if it was the cold or the awesomeness of the moment. Thank you for sharing that. That was very beautiful. That's a really cool experience, and that's definitely something that you're probably going to remember for years to come. I still haven't actually seen the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights in real life myself. I've seen videos, I've seen pictures and stuff, but it's totally different being able to see it in real life, you know, with your own 2 eyes. Coco said seeing Jupiter and Saturn live via my telescope. From Earth nature, I would say probably some sea pictures I took on vacation. One of those I have for at least 4 years as wallpaper, and I don't dance. Sears Column says, I once watched the night sky. It was beautiful, full of stars. That is the answer for the nature question. I don't like to dance. I'm not even a bit interested about it, so my answer will be I have no idea. Mum says I would have to say watching the sunrise and knowing that God has given me another beautiful day. As for dance moves, I can't really dance anymore, but I used to love doing the twist, showing my age here. Wise Wizard's favorite moment in nature at her best was morning when I saw my first red dawn. Favorite dance move is the Tron Splits. Milo says, I have watched nature, but the most beautiful thing I saw was when I released a baby hedgehog back into nature after finding him injured and covered in ticks, but he made it. His name was Spike. By the way, anyone was seeing him walk away. Seeing him walk away gave me some tears. I can imagine, because after an experience like that, of course you're gonna be crying when the thing's walking away, when the little guy's walking away. But I'm sure it was happy tears, yeah? The time I saw nature at her most beautiful moment was when we were out at a lake. There was waterfalls, there's rocks everywhere, people are out on boats and stuff, but it was like just coming out of winter, I think, or maybe like just before winter in the fall. I don't know, sometime around there was still ice, there was still snow, and what was so cool was seeing like there was one part of the area, one part of the little beach by the lake there was totally covered in snow and ice, and when you break a piece off of it, you look at it like it's just full of crystals. It's just a bunch of ice crystals, and you can just like break them all apart. If you smash it on the ground, like it shatters into 1,000 tiny pieces, and it was so cool to me. I loved it, and I miss it, and I wanted to see it again since then, and I don't think I have. Maybe I forget. I think maybe I've seen it once since then, but it was just so cool to see it. Every year after that, I kept begging my mom to go back so that we could see the ice crystals again, because that's all I wanted to see. I didn't really care about anything else. I just wanted to see the ice crystals. Nature is such a beautiful thing. There's so many different things that happen in nature, and to everyone finds different parts of it beautiful in different ways and everything, and I like that, and I like hearing your guys' ideas on that. So thanks for sharing, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget, your question for this week comes from Bullaby, who asks, what is the least likely thing that has happened to you? So leave your answers in the comments below, and I will read your answers in next week's video. Thanks for watching, thanks for sharing, and I'll see you again very soon. God bless.